Welcome to Teaching Orchestra. In this episode, I'm going to be going over how to teach Sahara Crossing by Richard Meyer. Where would we be without Richard Meyer? Think about it. How many Richard Meyer pieces have you taught? I think it would be interesting to see if everybody posted their number in the comment section, how many years you've been teaching. So post how many times you've done a Richard Meyer piece and how many years you've been teaching. I think it'd be fun. Out of all of Richard Meyer's pieces, Sahara Crossing is kind of an outlier, and let me explain. If you go through the score, you'll notice E flats and B flats right away. You'll also see pizzicato, which we know is hard to keep together, especially for younger groups. Basses are up in third position, and there are some ties that look challenging for younger players. In spite of these challenges, with some good teaching strategies, it's surprisingly easy to put together. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's just been my experience as a teacher and at contests that I've judged where this selection was entered. I'm not sure that I've ever heard a bad performance of Sahara Crossing. And if I have, I don't remember it. It's not like I keep a list of bad performances. I mean, I do keep, however, a list of interesting pieces when I'm judging, and I just kind of jot down and add them to my Apple Notes and keep them in my digital brain under hashtag interesting piece. And when I'm looking to program something new for my orchestra, I just type in the search interesting piece and I have my list, and that's how I program sometimes. Sahara Crossing is published by Highland Etling, which used to be two separate companies and merged into one company, and now they're under Alfred. Alfred bought them out, and the reason why this is relevant is because it corresponds with Strictly Strings Book 1, page 35, which was with Highland, and Richard Meyer's method book is String Explorer. Now, I use method books about as little as possible. I like to teach by rote instead, but if you don't use Strictly Strings, don't worry and don't let this piece deter you, because I'm going to show you page 35, where it introduces what a flat is and what largo is, and it has exactly 2 lines in the book that contain flats, which is 2 lines more than most beginner books. This is typically more like book 2 content for most methods, but it doesn't necessarily make it a superior method book. So I will now do an in-depth review and comparison of Strictly Strings versus String Explorer. And as you can see, String Explorer is 11 years and 11 cents cheaper. So it's clearly a superior method book. But wait for a second, Strictly Strings has 450 reviews and String Explorer has only 292 reviews. But Strictly Strings has a 4.5-star rating and String Explorer has a 5-star rating. And I'm pretty sure that there are no fake reviews and that these are perfectly legit. So which one should you buy?
They're slugging it out.
So the winner is, I don't care. I think one of the reasons why this works out as a pretty good contest piece, at least here in the state of Texas, is because according to Highland Etling Alfred, it's a grade 1. But on the Texas PML, it counts as a grade 2, which I agree with, because of the flats. But percussion is required if you're going to do it. So if you don't have a tambourine and either finger cymbals or a triangle, I wouldn't take this to UIL because there could be an irregularity. I know that Jeff Turner up in Plano won the Texas State Honor Orchestra one year with no oboes, but if you make that claim to the UIL office to try to reverse a decision, I don't know if that anecdote is going to be a get-out-of-jail-free card, because full orchestra works on the PML don't say oboe required in all caps, and I think the all caps is probably the nail in the coffin. So just to be on the safe side, if you're in Texas and planning to take this to UIL, take along a tambourine, a finger cymbal, or triangle to be on the safe side. Maybe you bring 2 of each so you don't forget yours in the orchestra room. And if you don't have a tambourine or cymbals or a triangle, try hosting a competition because every year people leave their percussion in my orchestra hall and I send out an email, hey, whose stuff is this? And of course it doesn't belong to anybody, so I just have a pile of auxiliary percussion equipment. But anyway, this works really well as a contest piece, and the kids usually get a kick out of it because of the percussion instruments, and it does add to the music. And out of all the 9,999 Richard Meyer works, they're all good, but this one might be my favorite. In my next episode, we're going to take a look at the E flats and B flats and a couple of different ways to teach them in Sahara crossing. And I hope to see you then.